enjoyed driving this car. We're kind of sad to give it back on Thursday. Maybe we'll think about buying one sometime for ourselves.
A few moments later.
Well, we decided to do it. This is our 2008 Tesla Roadster that we bought on Bring a Trailer in August of last year. I've been watching the market for the last few years, kind of waiting for the perfect car. It can't be, too low mileage that, it's like a museum piece, but it also can't be so high that it's like worn out and I don't want to enjoy it. And this one came along and it also has the R80 battery upgrade and it just felt like the right move. So we decided to pull the trigger, we bought it, and we're very happy. This weekend we went to Tahoe and we thought it would be fun to take you along for the ride basically. We're on vacation, so we have a little bit of time to collect some video and footage of all the fun things we're doing. But getting to this point took some work.
Yeah, as soon as you got the car, you pretty much sent it straight to Arizona. You sent it to the Gruber shop there. When we went there to pick up the car after, I want to say like a month and a half of a lot of work, including the entire PEM rebuild, replacing all the capacitors and whatnot, we met Pete Gruber himself in the flesh and he gave us a tour around his shop, the battery stuff that he's working on. So gotta say, the guy really knows what he's doing and took a good care of our car.
Yeah, he did a pretty decent job. I would say it's running, just as good as new, if not better. We're hoping to be good stewards of this car for many years to come. So anyway, we hope you enjoy this little vlog style video. Come along for the ride and see what it's like to drive a Roadster in 2026 now. As with every EV road trip, we started this one with a good long charge and then packing all of our things into the compact trunk. We're only staying one night in Tahoe, so everything fits well as long as we use duffel bags. We first stopped in Fremont, California, about 30 miles from our home. We were able to find a charger here and grab a bite to eat at a local acai bowl shop. The next leg of our trip has us traveling over 60 miles from Fremont to a city called Manteca. We stopped at a Hilton hotel called True, where there is another ChargePoint charger. But this stop was really less about the charging and more about the Chick-fil-A. We ate a quick meal, used the restroom, and departed for our next leg from Manteca to Placerville. Up until this point, most of our travel has been more or less elevation neutral. After Placerville, we would be steadily climbing to over 8,000 feet, which would definitely take a toll on our range. Usually, it's recommended to budget about 2 miles per 1,000 feet of elevation gain extra for that leg. So we decided to stop for some much-needed caffeine, a restroom stop, and of course a charge. This station is equipped with DC fast chargers from ChargePoint. It's also a Tesla supercharger, but our car predates any of these charging standards, and we stick to the classic AC charging. With a good jolt from both the caffeine and charger, we departed towards our final destination. The Roadster is a pretty efficient highway cruiser at around 220 to 230 watt-hours per mile. This means that while these chargers are objectively slow, they do move the Roadster a greater distance per charge time than most EVs on the road, which is pretty interesting almost 20 years later. We got cold feet and decided to stop for a brief charge. We also used it as a chance to switch drivers and let Alice take over for the rest of our drive into South Lake Tahoe. On the way in, we noticed the gas prices at almost $7 a gallon for premium. It's kind of interesting that, more than 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if you think about the EV1 program, that folks were already considering alternative fuels for their vehicles. It just so happens that the Roadster was the first one to do it with lithium-ion batteries and actually make these cars in serial production. Pretty amazing how things have changed since then. The weather was quite a bit cooler up at this elevation, so we took it as an opportunity to cool the car down, open all the doors and trunk and let everything get cooled off. We switched drivers and then got back on the road, onto our destination towards Tahoe. The rest of the drive was pretty uneventful. As we rapidly gained elevation, our battery rapidly lost charge, but we had plenty of range to spare ultimately. Eventually, we came across snowy shoulders and temperatures in the single digits Celsius. It was really nice to get away from the city and enjoy a little bit of the nature. The Tesla Roadster has an interesting quirk. When the battery gets below 10% state of charge, it simply stops reporting a range estimate. I'm glad that modern Tesla vehicles don't do this anymore. We eventually reached our destination at Heavenly Ski Resort and found the closest thing to a supercharger. This is a 70 amp AC charger, which can fill the Roadster with its 80 kilowatt hour battery in under 6 hours. That's very, very impressive. We enjoyed our time at the resort and walked to a nearby Italian restaurant for dinner. At this time of year and with these conditions, this is firmly shoulder season. The crowds are smaller, the rooms are cheaper, and the entire place is just a little generally quiet, which we like. After brunch, we embarked on our route home. We decided to take Highway 88 instead of Highway 50 for the way home, stopping in Kirkwood to enjoy some scenery and snap a couple of photos. We thoroughly enjoyed driving with the snow by our side and getting to see nature as we drove back home. Overall, the ride home was highly uneventful. Most of the way home was downhill, so we ended up with some pretty hilarious range estimates of 999 miles, which is the max the car will report. We did make one stop on the way to record the intro for this video, and that was kind of fun. So we finished the trip and took the car for a gentle wash to clear the salt off. And that's pretty much it. Now you might be asking yourself, who takes a rear-wheel drive electric sports car to Tahoe? Especially one that's so rare and special. I do. I've been driving an electric car as my daily driver since 2016 when I bought my first Model S. And here's a picture from 2017 when I crossed Canada before the supercharger network was fully rolled out. I also invested heavily in the company as I saw and continue to see a bright future. I stand behind the incredible engineers who built the Roadster and continue to build outstanding products to this day. I will end the video with a thanks to my wife for putting up and occasionally enjoying the hobby that is EV road tripping. I also hope you enjoyed this little story time. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one.